Today we're going to get going on this project I've been wanting to do for a little while. We want to reclaim some space here. The outside kitchen has become a catch-all. It's toys. I'll show a picture here. The only thing we really use and that we'll miss is this refrigerator. But we're going to convert this space. On the inside here is the kids' bunk room. This is right behind this wall is their entertainment center, I guess you could say. There's a couple drawers and a little tiny closet that just gets crammed full of stuff anyway. So we're going to convert this space into a usable space for our daughter. We'll get going on tearing this out and see how it goes. So you can see a big opening here. It feels so huge in here now, just without all these cabinets. So, first thing I'm gonna have to do down here, I'm gonna have to get some caps for these water lines. I'm gonna have to figure out something. This is actually a pump to pump the water from the sink over to the drain, because right here is the frame. So it's got to go up and over the frame for the drain. I'm going to cap that off, make sure it doesn't leak. Okay, here we are on the inside. You can see this back wall right here. This is actually the back wall of the outside kitchen. That's already all tore out. So now all we have to do is tear out these drawers. One thing I am going to have to deal with is this heat register. I'm going to have to switch it around and have it come out just above the floor down here. I do have to build up the floor in here about 4 inches because back here their shower is actually up off the floor because the drain pipe runs above the floor through down here and then down into the underbelly. I was wondering why they did that, and I recently saw that the black tank is in between the frame right up against the floor under there, so that's why they had to run it above the floor. So I'm going to get going on tearing this out, and we'll see what it looks like when everything's opened up. Bit of a mess to clean up. I just got this backing wall they had in here for the outside cabinets, and then this was for the TV mount. Just gotta figure out, there must be some screws on the outside underneath that paneling back there. Take this wall out and then clean all this mess up and see what we got. So this is where we're at right now. I'm just gonna finish getting this wall out of here. I'm gonna have to cut it into sections. It's too big to get out in one piece, and I do not want to take it apart. I'm putting all this in storage, so at a later date if we want to put all this back in, I can. And I'll have this nice video to show me how it goes back together. That is going to be a nice space in there when it's all done. Okay, day 3 of the project. We are getting ready to go to the Blue store to get some wood, frame up this floor, put down some plywood, and we'll frame up this back wall, get some measurements for the paneling that we're going to put up, figure out where we're going to put the plugs and stuff back in the wall. So let's get going. Alright, we're back from Lowe's. Of course, their saw was broke, so they couldn't cut the plywood for me. But luckily, Mr. Dan over there, hi Dan, let me borrow his circular saw. It's a little cordless saw, so I could cut the plywood. I did buy a cheap jigsaw because I don't have one. That's funny because I have all these tools back at home. Alright, so I got some 2x4s to cut for the flooring to frame it out, and then we'll put the OSB down to do the floor, then we'll frame the wall up, and I get some paneling for that, and that should be pretty close to being done after that. But I get going on some cutting here. Like I said, the heat register was here. I'm gonna have to move it down to here. This will fit under the floor. Of course, I like to grab the duct tape, and I had about 6 inches left. Some good old electrical tape for the wind. Alright, so now we gotta shut this power off so I can move. This wire comes up out of the drain. I need to fish it underneath there and have it come out over there so I can run it up in the wall for an extra plug. Change of plans. I guess we're gonna have to drill instead of fish. Just drill a hole right through here and fish it out. Problem solved. It only went on one way and I had to switch it around. Okay. Turn that back on. I can grab the plywood. That was fun. I think it looks pretty good. Let's get some screws in this and start framing the wall. I framed it with 2x4s underneath.
How do you know where the 2x4 is?
Because I'm smart.
Did you put a mark on the wall? What did you do? How do you know? Oh, you measured?
I got 20.
Well, I know better than that.
Just a natural.
But I knew that you had a secret. That's why I was asking.
It's really hot today, so I got a fan going. I'm trying not to go in and out too much, but just finishing up, putting these studs up, and I'm gonna go get a piece of paneling. I'll cover this with paneling. On the back side, I'm gonna put some 1.5-inch foam to fill in the gaps to give it a little more insulation. This is just white styrofoam inside this door. It's not very good insulation. Well, as you can see, I can totally set up straight down here, so this is actually going to be a great space for our kids. I'm going to go get some paneling, and get the paneling cut and installed, and I'm going to call it a day. Alright, so back to Lowe's. What fun. But I do have my co-pilot. Hello, co-pilot. First, we gotta do the RV thing. Where are we headed?
To the dumpster.
Yeah, to the dumpster. So how was your dumpster experience?
Most excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Didn't it smell wonderful when it's what? What's that say? It says 100 degrees.
That's great.
Yeah, it's not really that hot, but it's close. All right, back from Lowe's. What's the paneling we ended up getting? It's what they had. So not exactly what we would have picked, but it looks cool, I guess. All right, so the framing's all done. Got it framed over there. Like I said, I put a 2x4 in the center here to give us something if we want to put a shelf up a little more sturdy than these 2x2s. But here comes the moment of truth. Guess this would have been easier without the rug here.
Ooh, it looks so nice. I love it. Oh, it looks so good, babe. And the lights all, they fit in there okay?
Yeah, just barely.
Yes, score. Very nice. Not bad.
Hey, bud.
What do you think, bud? That looks a
Sit
lot
under
darker
there.
than
See
I
what's
thought.
up.
Oh my
See if
gosh.
you can sit up under there.
Well, you can't, so
That board was so bright, and in here it looks,
I know, it looks
so
great.
dark gray.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm glad it was so bright then. And
Yeah.
you know what? That's fine. We can get the blue for these two walls, and we can do her walls blue.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, do you see this?
Yeah, that's where they
From the,
putty that they filled
oh, I
the
thought it
holes
was
with.
bubbles, and then I'm
No.
touching it and it's flat. Okay. Can we put blue on the ceiling too?
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as it sticks good. Okay, so I've been doing some wallpaper here. I didn't think you guys would need to see how to stick up some peel and stick wallpaper, but I got one wall done, the ceiling done. The stuff's actually kind of cool. I got real thick textured paper. It's kind of got glitter in it, but looks pretty good. It covers, it flows over the holes pretty good without making them too noticeable. And so I got some pretty thick. I'm gonna set it up over here. I'm gonna do this last wall. Then I just need a couple pieces of trim. We're gonna put up the LEDs. And then we still need to hit a carpet store, get a remnant or something to cover this with carpet. I'm just gonna roll it over this edge here, down the face. Heat registers down there on the side. Everything worked really good. I am gonna pull all this trim eventually, not soon before this video is posted, but I'm gonna pull all this trim and redo it so we can get rid of this. I really can't do anything with that hole there, so I'm just gonna float the wallpaper over it. So when I started this, before I did the wallpaper, I had to push in all the screw holes where the wood was sticking out. the stuff is nice to work with. I don't know the brand off the top of my head, but it's actually pretty thick. It sticks really good. The only prep I really did to the wall was to rub it down with rubbing alcohol. Cleaned it all up with rubbing alcohol.